Hey everybody, my name is Jake. You can call me Necro. Today, I want to do a little bit of breakdown on this developer update that just came out today. So, just got out of the shower. I was looking at Twitter, and I was like, "Hot damn!" I've seen that they've been, they've been hinting, but to come out with all this, it was a nice surprise on a Friday, honestly. Now, why should you listen to me? I know a good bit about the game. I have probably about 300 hours. I don't have a couple thousand like some, but I have hit rank 1 on Survivor and Killer. I know it's not the most impressive thing, but I do know a lot about the game. I love the game. I stream it a lot, so it's a passion of mine. And because I like the game so much, I want it to do well. So I wanted to kind of go over this patch breakdown and get the information out to you guys. So I'm going to try to make this pretty short and sweet. But basically, they have a January developer update, and there's a lot of awesome things to cover here. So first, the clown. The clown is notoriously an annoying killer to face. A lot of people aren't the biggest fan. I personally like playing the clown to some extent. I don't always like playing against him. You know, having your vision be faded by the gas and not being able to loot properly. A lot of survivors don't like that. And, that's valid. I understand. But they are reworking the clown to some extent. It doesn't sound like they're changing his normal gas, unfortunately, but they are adding another part to hopefully make him a better killer. Because I will say he's pretty bad. Like, he's annoying to face, but realistically, he's probably one of the worst killers in the game. Some people put him at the bottom. But what he's getting is he's getting something called Afterpeace Antidote. So right now, you can throw a tonic, and basically what it does is it blurs the vision of the survivor, it makes them cough, and basically they run slower. So what this does is the survivor has to drop the pallet early, they have to vault the window early, and it removes a lot of the mind games out of the chase. Now, with that being said, this is another tonic that you pretty much switch to, and you can hold, I think it's four bottles total. And basically, once you throw this other tonic, this Afterpeace tonic, anyone who steps in the gas receives a 10% movement speed bonus. Now, that's opposite of his other one, but he can use this on himself or he can use it on survivors. And you might ask, why would you ever use this on survivors? Why would you want them to run faster away from you? They do note, an instance here in the article that maybe you're on a dead zone in the map, you're in the corner, and you want to like lure them to an area. So you throw the tonic there, survivor goes Papega and runs through, and then you can catch up to them and kill them. So that is just one scenario. I'm sure there's a lot of big brain moves you can do with this, but the move that really sticks out to me is maybe using it on yourself, throwing it towards the ground in front of you and then catching up to the survivor and hitting them. So I feel like this will be interesting. There's new add-ons to use with it as well, so definitely look out for what Clown's going to be like. Guess what? There's a HUD update. And you know how many years it's been? 2017. So it has been 4 years. So honestly, I don't know how I feel about this. Some people on Twitter are saying don't broke what isn't fixed. But they're saying this kind of looks cluttered. But I think honestly, it looks kind of neat. Like you can see actually who the survivors are now. Like what survivor they are next to their name. And they're also moving instead from bottom left to bottom right for perks, and they're just adjusting everything around because this used to be in the bottom right, now it's in top left. So is it cluttering the screen a little bit? Kind of, but honestly, I think it looks clean. Some people aren't the biggest fans. Tell me what you guys think down in the comments. I think I would be happy with this, but also with the HUD as well, you will be able to see what hook your survivors or your survivor friends are, what hook they're on. So next to the portrait, it's going to say they're on hook 1, 2, or 3. And then you'll be able to, see how urgent you maybe need to be when a survivor goes down. And it basically just gives some helpful information that I feel like maybe should have been in the game already. So now you don't always have to ask your friends, what hook are you on? You can just look up there and see. And also, I feel like giving the opportunity to scale down the UI, make it less complex, always giving more options rather than less, I feel like is always nice. Giving the user base the opportunity. What is weird though is the generator one is on top. Wait, hold on. This changes everything. I completely did not see the gen on top. I hate this. This HUD is shit. I'm kidding, but this would take some getting used to. I feel like this is okay, but now you almost have too much. Okay, I'm getting I'm getting calls. I don't know. My world's coming. I don't know what's going on, but okay. My opinions have changed. I'm not remaking the cut. This might not be good. That's all I'll say. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments on that specifically, because I feel like this is the most interesting thing probably in this whole developer update. I will just say they need to change this somewhat because it might be too cluttered. Like, it's weird how I completely missed this, but maybe that's a bad sign. All in all, the hook change next to the portraits, that's okay. This might be too cluttered. This might be too cluttered. So next, we have an animation update, which it's very nice that they're trying to make the animations more fluid. I like that. I like that we have a dev team that's not just putting down the game. They keep trying to make it better and better. Now, they are changing things that maybe didn't need to be changed, but that's, a whole nother conversation. But for this, they say they aren't trying to make they said we have made a conscious effort to not change movement itself. Your inputs as well as your character's speed, turn rates, and acceleration have not changed. So with this being said, I don't know how this impacts 360s, how it impacts moonwalking, and just regular movement. They say that it's going to feel a little different to control. So, I'll play a little bit of this video for you guys to see. The running, the crouching, it definitely it looks nice. Like, it looks crisp. It looks like a game that's recently maybe come out. So all in all, I won't play the whole thing. I'll link the video below for you guys to watch yourself. However, I will say I do like this. It's a good change. Next, matchmaking, rating, and rank rewards. So this is always a hot topic. It's something that they've really played around with. They played around with going off of the killer matchmaking, and they've had it's just a very polarizing topic. People are always probably going to complain about this. And because of how peak times are with DBD, sometimes you're just going to get bad matchmaking, I found. Like, for me, I am in the Eastern time zone. If I try to play any time after 9, maybe even 8 p.m., and I'm in red ranks for Survivor and Killer, you can get a lobby immediately. Now, with a 4v1 type game, that's just bound to happen. There's going to be less killers than survivors trying to get into queues, and so you're going to queue up really fast. But with Survivor, the game almost feels dead sometimes. And so I don't know how this will impact the queuing up, because sometimes it does feel like a queue simulator. But they are bringing back matchmaking ratings, so they're going to tweak the system. They keep testing it out, so I'm interested to see how this is going to really impact matchmaking. They didn't really go too much into it, so there's more information here in this forum that we can check out, and they keep updating this matchmaking, but not really a lot of new information. So, they said once we're happy with matchmaking ratings and turn the system on for good, there's going to be rank rewards. Now, something people have complained about a lot is, like, sure, at rank 1 you get this little skull and you get that, but you don't really get any rewards for the time and effort and skill that is taken to get to rank 1. Now, rank 1 we can talk about in another video, how maybe it's not the hardest thing to get and it's not the most impressive accolade, but all in all, it's still an accomplishment. And with that being said, you are going to get different amounts of blood points depending on which, bracket you're in. If you're 20, 16, you get different amounts of blood points. And all in all, giving us more rewards and just free stuff, I'm cool with that. Now, this one I'm really excited about, graphics update. So they teased this on Twitter the other day, and people were like, they had us vote. Do you want the asylum or do you want the game to be updated? And, I like both of these maps. Not everyone is the biggest fan of Asylum and indoor maps in general. Sometimes I'm not as well, depending on the day. But these maps look so beautiful. Like, look at this. This is gorgeous. Like, if this actually looks like this, I'm going to be so impressed. Like, oh my god, the stained glass windows, just the detail on this. And the game, I don't know. It looks clean. Like, I feel like it'll be easier to see, which is nice. Because when I'm playing as Killer, on some of those maps, it's so freaking hard to see. Because it's just dark and everything blends in. So to have this look clean and polished, I'm a big fan, and I can't wait to see this in action. And lastly, to round out this developer update, there are some miscellaneous small quality of life and balance changes. And I will also, by the way, put this article down below in the comments so you guys can, dig deeper. I'm just kind of trying to cover things briefly. The Wraith, Bing Bong, big fan. In my stream, there's Bing Bong memes all the time. I'm not the best Wraith, but I do enjoy them. And this is a somewhat buff for him. So they're giving him a small boost. So right now, if you kind of just look across the map, you can kind of see his glimmer, his cloak when he's cloaked. And it kind of doesn't, it gives him away super early. And so to see this change, so right now, the Wraith Shimmer will now be, he's completely invisible beyond 24 meters. He's somewhat visible between 24 and 16, and he's unchanged within. So the ideal behind this is when, he's kind of getting close to you where you can kind of react and run away. There's still some counterplay there. But when he's just patrolling around the map, just zooming and cruising, you shouldn't be able to see him. So I think this is a much needed change. Trapper. I'm not the best trapper, so I'm not probably the best person to talk on this, but I'm just going to talk briefly. However, I do think this is a good change. Right now, there's a 25% chance static, every time it's 25%, to escape a trap each attempt. Like, the more you go along, the percentage does not go up. Which, it sounds simple, but 4 attempts, they say it only adds up to roughly a 68% chance to escape. Statistics. But traps are pretty unreliable. RNG-based stuff in this game does feel kind of bad, like pigs traps and such. So, they say survivors could get out on their first try, or they could try dozens of times, and it's a feel-bad moment. So now, they're a flat distribution. So between 1 and 3 attempts, the chance to escape is lower than before. At 4 attempts, it's roughly the same, and between 5 and 6, it's higher than before. So I feel like this will make some consistency. You will have, you're going to have those lucky moments, but I feel like you'll have more of an indication of maybe when you're going to get out of the trap. Now, it does a little concern me between 1 and 3. It's going to be lower than before, so Trapper could be better. But consistency's sake, I feel like this is a good quality of life change. Almost done, I promise. Deep wound adjustments. So there's a few killers that can do deep wounds. There's Legion, there's Gunslinger. Very polarizing killers, and not everyone is a big fan of. So right now it's a 30-second timer if you're not in a chase. But now it's 20 seconds. So they are making it a little bit more urgent. I feel like this is honestly an okay change. I'm not in love with it, but I'm not hating it either. Right now I feel like in the deep wound state you can kind of just fuck off to the other side of the map and even just do other things for a little bit while you're waiting to mend. So I feel like having some urgency is honestly okay. Pebble? Diversion? Buff? Yes. Honestly, Diversion, really fun perk. It's a meme perk. It's not the best. But being able to pebble and being able to pebble faster, I love this. Basically, that's it. Fixated. Basically, this is a Nancy perk. Apparently, it had a bug that when you were injured, you don't walk as faster. So, good change there. Hex Undying. This has been polarizing. I know I'm saying that word a lot, but it is a controversial, different word, perk that killers and survivors alike have been arguing about. Now, a lot of meta builds at the moment for killer run Ruin Undying, because for those of you that don't know how Undying works, what it says is, while it's active, survivors within 2 meters of any totem have their aura revealed for 4, 5, or 6 seconds. So that's good on its own. If you walk near a totem, you see their auras. So that's really good. When another hex totem is cleansed, however, that hex transfers to an available dull totem, losing any tokens in the process. So good. This is a really good perk, especially if you run Hex Ruin. They have to get rid of almost all of the totems to get to your Ruin. Very strong. And I do agree it's a little too strong. So they're looking at this perk. They're saying this is a little bit too much. And they're making 3 changes. So anytime a Hex Totem is cleansed, it will replace the Hex Undying Totem. Hex Undying is then deactivated. This ensures that the first totem cleanse is never your other Hex perk. Any tokens you've already accumulated are now kept. This way you're not starting from scratch partway through the match. I feel like this is fair. And aura reading only applies to dull totems. So they're trying to make people not just use Ruin Undying. And we might see some more token-based Hex Totem perks with Undying. So I feel like this is all good changes. People are saying that they're nerfing killers with this. But honestly, I've been able to, compete at high ranks without Hexen dying. So I know like Survivor with Friends squads, like you need really optimal perks, but I feel like this is still an okay perk. They're not nerfing it to the ground completely. I'm cool with this. Almost there. Iron Maiden. It can be very difficult to follow up and hit a survivor within 15 seconds, so we are increasing the duration exposed to 30 seconds. Honestly, this is great. When I face Iron Maiden, I'm not even afraid, because honestly, you can just kind of be 15 seconds is nothing. Like by the time the killer knows and just walking over to you, it's not it's not a problem anymore. Really, even if you legion over and like use your power, you still there's a still a cooldown when you go Wah! And you like great sound effects, I know, but when you get out of your power. So all in all, 30 seconds, good. It's actually maybe a viable perk now. And open-handed, I don't even know what the fuck this perk does. Second wind, yeah, that's about it, honestly. That's about it. But all in all, I will leave the article in the description down below. Thank you, everyone, for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. Hope it was enlightening, and I'm excited to see these changes be put into effect. I imagine these aren't going to be the final products. There's probably going to be some iterations. They're probably going to tweak some things based off of feedback. But all in all, if you enjoyed the video, please hit that like button. Maybe even hit the subscribe bell. Comment down below what you think if you'd like to see more videos similar to this one. Check out my other videos. I stream 3 times a week as well. 2 days of those are DBD. Another one's a variety day. Link will be down below for that as well. Thank you guys. I appreciate you, and I hope everyone has a fantastic weekend. See you next time.